Yo, what up, man?
What's going on?
What is this, episode 7? 6? I think we just did 6 because remember we just a couple days ago, fam.
Yeah, it might be 6. Nah,
I think it's 7, fam.
it might be 7.
And I mean that just the fact that we don't know is a good sign. That means we doing work. You know what I mean? We doing work. I do believe we just posted 6, and that was with Chris Hightower.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. It's kind of I'm not gonna cap. Like I think earlier today, you know what I'm saying, I was just sitting around and I was like, fuck, we kind of been doing interviews, haven't we?
Basically, yeah. And see, that's the thing though. Like there's
that was crazy.
There's
I knew it.
7. See, that's the thing though. There's a lot of stuff that goes around locally that none of us really know about. And it's good to pick up stuff that goes around locally and talk to people locally that you can get great stories on.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, I just noticed it. Like, I was like, damn, every pod has been somebody different. I wouldn't even say it's interview vibe. I'll just say we just chopping it up. Then some shit ends up just coming out. Every time there's a story, whether it's, I'm not even going to bring up.
No, don't bring.
I try my best not to bring up that shit as much as possible. I swear. I try not to bring it up.
Stop.
And you know what I'm talking about?
We just talked it all the way here,
okay,
bro.
I'm about to say, I don't know if he watched the podcast, but some of the episodes get crazy, fam.
Yeah, it gets nuts.
So, we got our guy with us. You want to introduce yourself, fam? The camera's right there.
Yo, I'm Christian Cunningham. It's good to be on the pod today. What's up, y'all?
Chill.
Okay, you got a boy.
I told you you had a deep voice.
Barrett tone, voice to men ass.
What did I tell you last night? I said, "Hey, you gonna be surprised by this man's voice."
Yeah,
you know, boy. I don't know if y'all might be too young, right? But on Boys to Men, there's a spot of the song where the dude, everybody's quiet. He goes, "Baby." Like, he does that. As soon as that nigga talk, I said, yo, Boys to Men, he got the Boys to Men joint. So,
good, you wanna
that's what's up.
Sweet nothings. That's when you
Hey, I'm gonna need you to relax, my G, because you just whispered to me, and I felt.
He's the whisperer. He said he felt it in his soul.
I felt it in my soul, and I saw you do the eye squint. I'm gonna need you to relax, my G.
I'm only screaming because I got my glasses on.
Fan made my heart shout like, yo, hold on, fam. Whispering like that with that low voice. That's what's up, though. Anything new going on in your life right now?
Man, right now for me, it's just all about trying to recover and bounce back.
Okay, bounce back.
I just started writing again, man, 3 weeks ago after a whole year.
What kind of writing do you do?
Music, man.
Really?
Yeah, I sing, I write.
Okay.
We produce. We got.
What would you say like the most passionate part about that you do with that? Like, is it the writing part? Is it the singing part? Is it the possible collab? You know what I'm saying? I know, cause like you know how like Pharrell do. Pharrell does the same thing. He dabbles in all of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think when he does songs, he don't do them because he like them. If you ever heard him talk about it, he only does it because he can't get the person to do the song. Same thing with Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator had a song. I didn't even notice it recently. He had a song made for Prince. Did you know that?
No.
The song that he sung that went crazy platinum.
Yeah.
That song that's on his previous album that went crazy. The one he sang, only a couple that he sang. That one he made for Prince, and he kept giving it to Prince over and over. No homo, that sounded real crazy. No, he kept presenting it. He kept presenting it to. Big Paul. He kept presenting to Prince. Prince didn't do it, and so he ended up singing himself.
Man,
so
that's crazy with it.
I think who did you say? Pharrell actually had a song like that too.
Yep.
I forget the name of it.
I don't know who he had it for, but it was almost the exact same situation.
He done one for Prince.
So he had one for Prince, and Prince didn't do it.
Yeah. So he put it out.
That tell you, man. Prince, look, man. Prince, that nigga, fam.
He is.
Prince, I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas bring to me, fam. That shit ain't good enough.
Man.
Like,
Stop.
What's crazy is because when you listen to Prince, you know, he's got all these different, like, vocal tones you get. Yeah. So I don't feel like any one time that I hear Prince is the same experience. And that's what I like.
Fam, I ain't gonna cap. I don't even know what to say after that. You just said that perfectly.
Dude,
I'm gonna tell you, man.
Just describe that shit like put us to shame. We can't even
I
say
wanna
anything
ask you something, right?
Genius, bro.
This might be like a me being old question,
genius.
man.
Music genius, man.
Do y'all remember how y'all felt when y'all heard Purple Rain?
Oh my gosh.
I've heard that 2 times my whole life.
What?
Only 2 times.
What's wrong with you, bro? We talking about Prince and I should have worn my.
What?
I've only heard 2 fucking
You
times.
only heard Purple Rain twice?
Yeah.
Only 2 times.
I was really never a fan of Prince's music, bro. I ain't lying,
Bro,
I was
we
never really a
clipping
fan
the
of
fuck
his
out of that.
Hey, yo.
We clipping the fuck out of that, bro. What?
I was never a fan of Prince.
Thank you, my brother.
That's borderline.
Clip. We already got a clip 30 seconds into the fucking
That's
podcast.
borderline black. I don't even know what kind
Fam,
of
let me
music
tell you
you
something,
listen
fam.
I like Michael Jackson. I wasn't really never a fan of Prince. I just never really got into his music.
to. I'm a big fan of Mike too.
I'm a fan of Mike, but
But
I felt, fam, you know what? I'm not gonna fight over Prince right now, but I will say that shit is blasphemous.
he's blasphemous.
Fam,
It's
Purple Rain made me cry, bro. Dead ass. And for you to tell me you don't listen to it twice and you ain't fucking with it?
Are you gonna clip it? Put Purple Rain's the background music. So I have to hear it.
Oh, in the back of this clip is gonna be. You better believe Purple Rain playing in the back. You best believe it.
Oh shit.
And I'm gonna find a clip where he go like the whole time in the back. Of the
No,
clip.
just rerun it like they do to R. Kelly on the voice.
Oh man.
Hey, fam, I'm tell you right now. Okay, let me ask you this: when the last time you listened to Purple Rain, or last time you listened to Prince?
Me?
Been years, right?
No, probably about last year.
Oh, I got his
What the fuck? So that's your second time was last year?
Yeah. At least I know what the song
and
is.
you wasn't feeling it?
No.
How?
Straight face.
Y'all looked at some music.
No. Okay, look. Okay, because we getting sidetracked, and I'm trying to stay up, trying to stay locked in because we got a mission. How is it that you can fuck with Michael Jackson, but you not fucking with Purple Rain from Prince? To me, that's the same person.
I don't know. To me personally, I never got into Prince. Is he bad? No, I've heard plenty of his music. I'm not saying he's a bad artist.
What's your top song for Michael? I feel like this will clear it up right now. Why because everybody will look at you crazy right now. So, what's your number one song for Michael Jackson?
Ever?
Period. Like, what's your number one song?
That's hard to pick.
Because it'll be nothing basic.
Give me something. I know, because fam, everybody right now is judging you right now. This whole room is looking at you crazy.
For real.
So if you give me the answer, maybe I'll back off. But if you say a song that's similar to Purple Rain, I'm gonna lose it.
The way you make me feel.
That's pretty similar. It's just fast.
Bro, I had a feeling he was gonna fuck this
Hey,
up.
Chris was ready for that one, wasn't it?
Damn.
It's just faster.
At least human nature.
You know? Yeah, man. Right? Oh, Human Nature, that joint. No, but I'm an MJ fan.
Nah. Dirty Diana was my shit. Dirty Diana was my shit.
It's a story song.
It took you a long time to come up with them, so I feel like your first one was your real one, and we judged you. Cool, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. But fam, that's the same. I mean, okay, cool. I'm done with it. I'm off of it. You know, because of that, that's gonna be the first clip of the whole shit.
Oh fuck.
Crazy.
That's
You saying how you hate Purple
That's
Rain.
crazy.
Fuck.
Cause you basically saying you hate Purple Rain.
I'm not saying I hate it. I just said I never got into it.
I just want you to know all your followers are gone.
Probably. Oh God.
Everybody that follows you now
Purple Rain,
is out of
fam.
there.
Oh, yeah.
You have lost.
Damn, that's wild. Okay.
Especially the old heads.
Man, all the old heads.
And that's why I was like, I want to be an old head, but you know, Purple Rain, y'all. I feel like as a music, if you're a music person, it should be something that you have to go through and listen to, because there's so much emotion in that shit that it is scary. Mm-hmm. And that song when you said twice, I'm like, my nigga, you probably would in the right background setting or the right setting to listen to it, because if you listen to the right situation, you'll fuck around and drop a tear on accident. Like, hey man, is it nigga, is it raining outside? Like, yo,
man,
get your ass back up there.
I'm telling you, when you get the hoo-hooing,
oh man,
oh dog, it's over.
Nah, for real.
When you get to the hoo-hoo, it's over.
Man.
You don't even know what the hoo-hoo is because you ain't heard the song, but twice. You don't even know where the hoo-hoo come in.
All of a sudden,
when I say hoo-hoo, you think about hoo-hoo.
One night I'm going through some shit and it just randomly comes on the radio and I'm like, damn, this shit give me feels.
Hey, he's going to be outside with
if it come on the radio, they're not going to play the whole song. Nigga. That song like damn near 10 minutes.
It's too many feels.
That's like 10 minutes, bro.
Damn.
And it's a fam. You ain't gonna stop it either. No homo. That shit.
So what's your preference, like the difference between Mike and Prince? What, since you like Mike better than Prince,
You see, because I don't want to do it, but I'm like, you making me wonder, like, what the hell, like, what's the preference?
I think it's because like I just preferred when I was growing up to listen to Michael instead of Prince. Like I just enjoyed his music more. That was it. Like
I feel like you never listened to Prince music.
I've heard plenty of his songs. I've heard plenty of them. It's just the fact that I just never got into his music. Like
you know what though? No, man. I ain't gonna make a dig at you.
Oh shit!
Name another song by Prince.
I can't tell you.
Man,
that's why. See that? Yeah. I was about to say another thing too, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna start the pod off with that kind of energy because I was gonna say Prince was for the bitches. So you know what I'm saying? Like if you were a guy that was getting chicks a lot, that you were a Prince guy, or you wanted to be that. Look, I'm done, man. I ain't do this. I'm not about to do this.
I mean, but he had his butt cheeks out.
Damn.
He was confident.
Damn,
And
still pulling the pulling the baddest ones, bro.
Damn, he was wearing velvet curtains.
I told you in the last joint, I said, dude's the only person that could wear a ice figure skater outfit and have it sewed into the boots, my nigga. And it'd be high heels.
Prince, yeah.
Some high heels boots.
And dancing and performing full out with that. You know, he jumping up off his knees, spinning microphone stands. I wouldn't be doing it. Well, I'm too big anyway.
It couldn't be me.
Man, my knees don't work like that no more.
All right, so. Wait, what?
So, what?
Never mind. What just happened? Like,
I was talking about
knees
Prince,
don't
man.
do what? Like,
I'm talking about Prince, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, we're talking about dancing, jumping up off his knees. Dang.
Yeah.
All right, so.
We brought Christian on here.
Yeah.
Tell a few stories. You performed when you were younger. You won a contest when you was a kid and performed on The Voice or the American Idol. Which one?
Wait a minute,
Voice, yeah.
Really? The Voice on TV Voice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. How did that go?
It was cool. We had a good time, man. I was blessed because really, for me, people. I don't think people know this for real, but I didn't want to do music like as a profession.
Somewhere.
You know, I don't do music as a profession. I always just did it because it was an outlet for me.
So you were singing at The Voice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what The Voice is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's singing.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I just don't remember anybody from The Voice.
Is that the one? No, that's the X Factor. No, is it the one where they turn their backs to you and the
chair comes,
and they hit the button to see if they want you? Okay.
That's the one that you did. Did they? Okay. So here's the question: did they turn for you?
Did they turn?
What?
He said, "Did they turn?"
What?
I don't know.
He said that with all the fucking confidence in the world, didn't he?
Did they turn? Like,
did they? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding when I say that. Yeah, they did. Honestly,
what song did you sing?
Superstar by Luther Vandross.
Nigga, you sang a loop. Give me that, man.
Damn, Luther Vandross.
Come who you sang.
A throwback.
We watched
Telling
we
me
watched it
this
live at the high school.
Fam.
Oh, shit.
We watched it live at the high school all the time, right hand guy.
Damn.
That's hard.
Shout out. Yeah, shout out, Davey.
Yeah, I think they had it on at all the schools. Really.
I don't even think too many people can sing any Luther joints. You have to have enough range and depth to even catch those notes. So they if you sang it like I'm a picture, did you sound close to him?
Probably for a 16-year-old, yeah.
Then you they probably lost their shit. Because I remember my mom a little bit older, so this is why this makes sense, right? Because I was adopted. So my mom, she used to tell me about when they would go to concerts for Luther, and motherfucking the chicks would be taking off the undies and the bras, throwing it on the joint.
They throw the drawers at you?
I'm trying to figure out what kind of smells was in that room.
Yeah. Did they throw the drawers at you?
Look, kid, look. I'm be honest with y'all, right? Because see, I used to think I was the only one, right? This is about to get real crazy.
I'm not ready for this.
I used to think I was the only one.
Oh,
I'll see a chick and I'll be like, yeah, she look like that shit stink.
Oh,
100%.
bro.
Do y'all be like that too?
Oh, bro.
What?
smell.
Listen,
I can see a chick and be like, I know her pussy
I'm
stink.
gonna look at the camera and say, I can tell when you motherfuckers got a stench to your
Fam,
I the way you present yourself, the way you walk, I can just say
Fam,
you shit.
The way your
stink.
attitude is, you
Now watch someone's gonna comment and say, well, we can tell when your dick's small. I can see someone saying that shit.
Look,
Right.
and look, here's the truth. I don't give a fuck. If y'all feel like it's small, and this ain't even digging y'all.
I thought he was saying like, you don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it sting. I'm still eating. Like I thought you were going with that. Like I thought that's where you were
still eating.
That's where I thought you were going with
Still
that.
eating is
But
crazy.
because you paused it.
Nah.
No, because you paused. You said I don't give a fuck. You paused it.
Nah, I'm just saying I don't care if y'all think it's small. I'm saying like, okay, so like I'll be with my girl, right?
Yeah.
And me and my girl be walking, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah, then that got a fat ass, right, boo? Like, right, babe? And she'll be like, yep. You like that, huh? And I was like, that shit like it stink though. Like it don't look attractive like that. I'm just saying it's a fat ass.
Because how do you
Like,
keep that much clean? You know, like on a regular.
some of it, like if it's like crazy fat, I'm like it gotta stink.
What
If
is
you've
all
been outside
day?
walking all day, that thing crazy.
Man,
over
for
there.
some people,
But
do it to
if you got the if you got the just perfect right ass, like it's not too big but it's just right, yeah, I could see that thing. You know what I'm saying? Not stinking.
And then you can tell you can also tell when the ones that take care of themselves. You can just see the ones that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you take care of
Fam,
yourself.
I'm telling you,
I have fun with you.
because you could look and be like, you know that thing tastes good. Like at the end of the day,
The way you walk out there, that bitch gonna taste immaculate.
she can go to work, come back, and you will be like, I'm in there. But I'm just saying, I've always had that thought, and I don't normally hear people saying that. So when y'all said that, I kind of was like, oh shit, y'all think that way too. Like I'll be like, and my girl used to think I was doing it as a trying to discard me saying, oh, I think she got a fat ass. I'm like, no, I think that shit stink. Like I'm just telling you what I think right now. And that was it.
But it goes both ways. I'm pretty sure there's niggas out there that don't take care of themselves.
There's a lot of niggas.
So I don't want the females out there. I'm just saying, there probably niggas out there.
There's a lot of niggas that
I'm just
that's
saying.
nasty.
I'm just saying. I don't.
That's not even a question.
I just don't want the females
niggas
being like,
is
we
nasty.
Yeah.
Let's not ever. If you ever had homeboys, you know exactly. Like, there's plenty of. I had homeboy when I was in the military. This dude literally smelled like sardines and some other shit like pig feet or something.
Ass,
And it was like he took a shower and he came. I said, "Nigga, you still smell like that?
Exactly.
What kind of soap were you using, fam?"
Ass.
Came out the shower smelling like that.
He just straight ass.
You came out the shower smelling like pig feet.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on in those blood cells, my G? Like, you reproducing like pig feet smell.
Yeah, I just don't want the girls taking shots at us, being like, y'all just trying to downgrade women. Nah, there's niggas out there that probably stink too. Actually, they do stink.
I mean, look, I don't care because I ain't one of them. So come at me all you want. I'm just saying, I feel like I can look at a chick. Some of them you can't tell, which I feel like that means you don't stink. You don't look, you stink. But some of them I'm like, nah. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all, right? Because it's getting crazy. If I look at your hair, and that shit look busted,
oh, you stinky.
I think you stink.
You
like,
stinky.
I hate to say it like that.
Mm,
Sometimes when you got dreads, some of the chicks when they got dreads, some of them when they got dreads, and I look at their outer appearance, I think that, but they can have regular dreads and still look like they smell good. But if like their clothes look, dusted, I'm like, nah, I don't trust you.
You know what celebrity I think probably stink? Who's that girl that went viral all over social media a couple years back?
Which one?
The girl, she was on Maury Pulver's show. Was it Maury?
Oh, they was dancing and arguing and
Catch Me Outside?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can tell that
girl?
bitch.
Catch Me Outside?
Yeah. Bad baby.
Nah.
I can tell she a musty.
I don't think she stink.
Well,
I think her shit smell probably fire. I'm tell you why. Because that motherfucker got some money right now. Now back then, Catch Me Outside early days, yes.
Musty bitch.
I would say yes,
You
but
musty bitch.
nigga, she got OnlyFans now. I ain't seen it. But I'm just saying.
She's catching a bag.
She didn't make
chick, right?
She didn't make so much bread
She a rapper.
that I'm pretty sure somebody, if it did smell weird, somebody told her, "Hey yo, clean that up." Blah 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 blah.
Oh, they gonna clown you.
And the money because look at any of the superstars.
Then she used to fuck with GQ.
Them motherfuckers look like you can eat that shit on the spot.
Oh, what?
Like
Kim K.
I just
seen her at the Lakers game.
Fam,
On sight.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be trying to eat Kim K.
No. But see, well, that was a pretty bad.
It's been a little.
You brought up the wrong person because I was thinking somebody else. You know, I was thinking like Megan Good, like Gabrielle.
You said Gabby.
I was thinking Megan Good. Like if I see Megan Good, I'm eating on sight. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I gotta talk to my girl and be like, babe, can I? You know what I'm saying? I'm authorized. You know what I'm saying? Can I shoot the missile? You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
can I complete the mission?
You might just ask if she want to have dinner together. Maybe both of y'all can.
Exactly.
I'm gonna turn down. If Megan Good make me and my girl dinner, fam.
She's vegan.
She
vegan?
I think so.
I'm eating vegan, my nigga.
I guess you eat vegan then now, I guess.
I'm eating vegan.
You eating vegetable fucking cauliflower
like,
tacos.
We're gonna be a happy family. I'm telling you that right now.
It's over.
My girl just gonna have to understand that.
Oh,
like,
man.
Her on Lower London.
See, my celebrity, I would let anybody go for. Not gonna lie. Probably Madison Pettis.
I'm about to say, my nigga, you started off with Kim K, so I don't know what to really trust from you right now.
Madison Pettis.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
You don't remember the
Does
name?
she look like Kim K?
No.
Okay.
You know
I'm not judging, just saying.
You know what she looks like? A meal. That's what she looks like. A fucking meal.
Like a hamburger meal? A McDonald's meal?
I'm talking about steak and caviar.
He didn't specify the meal, my nigga.
Steak and caviar.
Low grade caviar or like
high-end caviar. I'm talking about the
See, I don't eat a caviar, so that shit don't sound tasty to me, my nigga.
Fuck.
That shit sound like it smell like fish.
Have you ever seen the Game Plan with The Rock?
Yes.
The girl that was his daughter.
Fine.
Grown as fuck now and it's fine, dude. It's fine.
Okay, relax, my nigga.
Nah, the hell no, fine. Or Bianca Belair.
A little aggressive.
Girl Bianca Belair.
Passion.
Who was that?
Bianca Belair.
Who was that?
She's a wrestler. If you've seen her, your heart would stop.
Bianca? I feel like I've seen her and I feel like I'm alive.
Pull her up on your phone right now. I want to see your reaction when you pull this up.
Alright.
Bianca Belair.
Let's see.
Oh, bro, fire.
Oh, I left the door open?
Did you?
I remember leaving the door open.
That probably was me. I think I was the last one in the crib. Or was I?
Alright.
Pull her up real quick before we get into
I think she said the dog went outside or left or something, I think. That might be bad. That might not be good. Bianca who?
Belair.
Yeah, I've seen her before.
Yup. Fire.
Definitely did not feel like I'm still alive. My heart's good. No complications.
She a little strong, ain't it?
Yeah, she look a little strong.
Yeah, she a little strong.
Well, she got a little Adam's apple.
Yeah, y'all might be wrestling now.
She got a little Adam's apple.
You might be doing a little WWE.
I mean, yeah, she's smashable though, but yeah,
you ain't seen her like
our versions
that's her the ring. You ain't seen her.
Our versions of Drop Dead, Gorgeous is
she,
vastly different.
Yeah, fashion game fire.
Vastly different. Like I don't know. Anyway. All right, let's this shit got crazy.
Yeah, it's time to
all right, so you was on. Hold on, so you was on The Voice. How far did you make it on The Voice? Did you make it to the second round, third round?
So we did. There was they did like a junior one, like a junior voice.
Okay.
And I won that one, but then.
Oh, you won. Yeah. So what level? How many rounds you had to go to win that one?
When I was doing that, I think it might have been 6 or 7 or 8, something like that.
Okay.
I can't even remember his name.
Damn, so you were singing songs to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Wow.
Sometimes we would like pick the songs, you would leave and go to rehearsal with the pianist.
Okay.
You're there. You rehearse, and you get the song, like you learn the song that day, you learn the lyrics that day.
Right.
Damn.
Get on TV
the
next day and sing them.
So the Americans, so like when you're doing the auditions, I mean not the auditions, but when they're sitting there doing like the live shows, they're making it seem like they're doing it for weeks. So they're only doing it like for like a day, and they got to learn.
There are a lot of shows who tape weeks at a time and stuff like that.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They ain't lying about that. But sometimes you might do like even even in Christian music and stuff like that, when they're doing TV, you'll get
Right.
they'll tape what looks like 2 different episodes, but it's just it's all in one.
Was it like taxing mentally to be under that pressure with the voice, or was it it seemed kind of like just straightforward?
I think, man, at the time I was 16, so
that's what I'm asking. Like, as a 16-year-old, was it like mentally like, oh shit, or was it like the lights? I love it, the lights and cameras.
Yo, I was just so flabbergasted to even be in the presence. Like, I don't think that was my focus on the lights and like all the things. I was just, I felt like a little small.
Seen you because I remember having seeing a kid that sang one of those joints, and I was like, oh shit, I don't remember what the dude looked like, but I'm willing to bet if I go find it, I'll be like, yep, I seen that one. Okay. Definitely seen that one.
Yeah, so I'm like, but I think that most of it for me is like, I just be glad for people to recognize my gift on any level and respect it and want me to be part of anything. You know what I mean? So for me, that's how I look at it. It wasn't, at first it was never like, I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to be this or that. I honestly was just singing. Like, I didn't even want to do the audition.
What made you realize, like, I want to sing? Like, what age was it?
Well, I started singing at 5.
Damn.
Yeah. So, like, on my mom's side, like, all her people sang. My grandma's, my aunts and uncles, like, they all sang. My mama, like, in her prime, man, she was one of, I remember the first time ever hearing her sing. Mind you, we not close, didn't grow up with her, nothing.
Right.
But my first time ever hearing her sing, man, every hair on the back of my neck stood up.
Hey, now that's when you got vocals for sure.
Man.
Yeah, she was the one that would take the breath out of her room with her voice.
Damn.
Yeah, she was one of those. So
she made you fall in love with music.
Yeah, well, and even more so my grandmother, I could say, like, they just always sang. Every time we got together.
Were they doing any official music?
Yeah, for a while, they were a popular gospel group called the Greenwood Singers. At the time, there was like...
The what?
The Greenwood Family Singers. And there was like the Wade family that were in like Christian music.
The Wade family?
Yeah, so like that's...
I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah. Like, I know you know Pastor Miller, but his wife, maybe you've heard of him. His wife, her entire family, all of them sing and all that stuff. So like coming up, I was in that church, so that's who I listened to a lot. And it was cold, like, so I'm getting behind them. It was a guy named Deion Davis. I don't know if you know DeAndre Davis. He's producing for dang near everybody, I feel like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So he's a good friend of mine, but we came up together playing instruments and, coming up in church. So we just kind of was just trying to absorb the music because we wanted to learn how to play. It wasn't even a thing at that time, let's get on. We just wanted to play.
So you had a passion for this before you even fucking hit puberty. Basically.
Wow, yeah. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. So okay,
it's cool.
Wow, and so we fast forward a little bit, right? And it is crazy because I was gonna do some research, and I said, nah, I want to hear everything fresh, because I'm not even from here, so I don't know what goes on here. In the area, nothing like that. And when he gave me a little bit about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't even want to hear it no more. Let me hear it fresh. So walk us into, I guess, your version of how everything started, where everything started going south, just from your perspective. You know what I'm saying?
In regards to
your girl,
my fiance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shoot!
Like talk to us about like what happened, like what. Like,
like just from your angle, like it don't have to be a starting
point. This is 100%. This is 100% you. You tell your side.
So you don't have to look at us if you start. You start feeling crazy. Just look in the joint. It just be you and the camera here. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah. Man, sometimes I don't even know where to start or what to say.
Yeah.
Let me see. If there was a good starting point, I would say from your perspective when you first noticed that something was wrong.
Well, I met Abby when we were in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah.
Cool, in passing.
Okay. So y'all always been tight.
I wouldn't even say tight, rather than it was like, I was playing drums for their show choir when we were in middle school. So I seen her and I thought she was mad.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right? And later on, I found out she thought the same thing. But I was a fat, shy kid. You know what I mean? I was a fat, shy kid, so I was scared. You know what I mean?
You scared.
We all slide that age. We all slide that age when we get that little tick on the stomach. Oh, yeah,
you know. And so I never really said anything. And so I went on, you know, as time went on. She ended up going to another school type job.
Mm-hmm.
I went on and did my thing, you know. And so, anyway, fast forward, and when we decided to make things official, we actually was quiet for a minute before even saying something to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so when most people knew we was together, I had announced we was engaged. We had already been together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's one of them things. But we decided to keep it like that. Cause,
yeah. Sometimes that's just the best way. Keep your business to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way to be sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, anyway, so everything's great. You know, having a good time, loving each other, having fun. You know, I say as far as like problems, you have as many problems as a regular relationship.
Yeah, it's normal.
You know what I mean? But as far as the our overall interaction and feeling for each other, we just like to have a whole lot of fun. It was a whole lot of love. So it was one of them things where she, her mental health more so damaged her than it did anybody around her.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So
you mean like if there was something that happened with a friend or with family members, even though it's something that maybe not dealing with her directly, it would damage her? You mean like that, or?
I mean, all the things. Maybe sometimes it was stuff that was directly. Sometimes it was just she saw certain things that affected her in a certain type of way.
So she was a super caring person, then, is what that means.
Dog, she was.
I know people like that care so much. Like my girl like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's as soon as you say I knew exactly what you're talking about. I'll be like, let me tell you, my girl with her family is crazy. And I'll be like, fuck your family, man. Like, fuck them. If they don't fuck with you, I'll be trying to convince her and literally we'll go down this tunnel where, you know what I'm saying, she's like, oh, I just want to help them. And then when everything goes south, she comes back to me and she's like, why did you tell me? And I'm like, I've been telling you for months.
Oh yeah, man, it's wild.
I definitely understand that.
You know, and that's the thing, you don't find too many people that are like her. She was unique. She was so genuine.
Mm-hmm.
The softest, sweetest voice. You know what I mean? She's one of those. So, anyway, trying to kind of condense a little bit because I could go on and on. She, probably about the month before she did her thing, and mind you, there were a couple times during our relationship where she had kind of some mental breaks.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say mental break, what would the mental break look like?
So, for a mental break, from my perspective, looked like, you know, she'd get really, really, really overwhelmed to the point where like functioning was not.
Like an anxiety attack.
Not even that. It's more like mental.
Okay.
It's like you're trying to exist in a world that your brain is telling you the whole time.
It's like
it's better off without you.
Oh, she was having the suicidal thoughts. That's the military shit for sure. This is why I'm already gravitating to the story as soon as I'm hearing you say that, because that sounds like when I got back from Iraq. Mm-hmm. Is what that sounds like.
Well, you're not realizing. Well, and for her, life's worth of trauma and different things that she had experienced and gone through. So, you know, when you get to this point in your life and you've fought against so many things, and then you're clinically diagnosed with mental health, you know, mental illness, and different things like that.
She ever tell you what she was diagnosed with?
It was multiple or borderline multiple personality disorder.
Really?
So apparently people with this disorder are 10 times more likely to commit suicide than your average person.
That would make sense.
And then 24% of them will die that way. Yeah, that's how they will.
Okay. Did she ever tell you she was here? You know, have you ever had a situation where like y'all be talking and then like you talk to the other person, or you know what I'm saying? Like you talking to somebody different.
No, that's what's crazy is because when she'd hear voices, it wasn't like ever in a conversation with us. And honestly, I think that happened for a short period of time. Mm-hmm. You know, I think it had happened longer periods prior to us, but then. Not too long after we got together, she'd heard voices for a little bit, and then not so much after that.
So you became her anchor to to life, to like you became like the sun for it, to where she'd have to look on the dark side, is what it sounds like.
And vice versa for me, because I don't speak a lot on a lot of things. I'm not one that's like posting on Facebook all the stuff that's going on in my life. However, I mean, this past 2 years for me, 2-3 years, has been insane. So to have,
I can imagine.
You know what I mean? So she's been, I mean, you gotta think, I've lost my grandmother. She's not the only friend of mine that has committed suicide in the past couple. Like, I had a friend maybe 6 or 7 months before her commit suicide. Like, like just all kinds of crazy.
It's an epidemic now, man. I mean,
but I think people don't know what to think about mental health. You know,
right.
Like when you think mental health, naturally you think, oh, somebody's depressed. Oh, somebody's this or that. You know, when somebody says, oh, but it's way more to it than that. Like, I know with Abby, like, she was so sweet and she'd be on top of the world. I mean, we'd be kicking it, having a good day, and all of a sudden we'd be riding in the car and we're on the way home, she'd bust out crying. And I would be like, you okay? And she'd be like, yeah. I was like, you sure? She's like, she couldn't explain. She didn't understand it. So she didn't know how to necessarily verbalize to me why she even was crying.
Wow.
So she would say sometimes, like when we actually would get a chance to really thoroughly talk through it after she, you know, got herself back together in those moments, you know, that was a lot of the frustration for her, was like, I don't know, like we clearly were just having a great day. Yeah. I'm not sure necessarily why these feelings have come on and what to do with them, and they're so overwhelming. Right. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. So she, about 3 weeks prior to her actually committing suicide, she comes home, and I'm just kind of, you know, giving you the spark notes.
Right. This was when like something happened that you go, hold on, what the fuck?
So we are gearing up for Ebert Fest over here, and I think the Frolics were coming up in Danville. Okay. And a bunch of other stuff going on. Yeah. That week. And
what kind of fest is this?
Ebert Fest. You know, Chaz Ebert. And what's that song? Anyway, I'll find it later. I'll tell you.
All right, I don't know.
Songwriter. So they do a big music festival over here.
Okay, yeah.
They do music fest in Danville?
No, it's in Champaign. Yeah, it's like a movie fest, yeah.
Let me stop shitting on Champaign.
Yeah,
I be thinking ain't nothing out here.
It's crazy. They had all kinds of different movie producers and screenwriters.
Really?
Yeah, I connected with a lot of them. But anyway, so we were there that week, or that day earlier. This was like maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday, April 20th, I don't remember. She comes home, and normally, like, I'm either gone or I'm in, like, the studio. And this specific day, I'm at home and I'm in the kitchen. Like, and if you walk in our crib, the door was, like, right there. Okay. And she walks in the door.
So you can see, as soon as you come in, you can see from long shot.
Oh, dog. She opened the door and tears just coming down her face. Mind you, I ain't seen her since this morning when I left for work. We rapping, we chopping. Here and out, you know, throughout the day. So she's making everything very normal. But I'm not realizing that while she's at work, she done broke down to her boss and told her boss, like, hey, I feel like I'm not gonna make it through the week, as well as her sister.
Damn.
And she said, I just don't want y'all to worry my fiance. So I'm asking y'all not to tell her.
No way. She loved you, dog, like crazy.
Man. So sorry, man. It's crazy because in some ways, now that everything's said and done, I recount the situation and beat myself up because I'm like, damn. Like, right. You know what I mean? But she told me, rewinding back to April 20th, that day when she comes home in the kitchen, she says, babe, you gotta let me go. And I'm like, what?
That's the first thing she said to you?
Swear to God, she said, baby, you gotta let me go. Like, she walked in the door already with whatever she was
already in tears.
Yeah, so she walked in, she said, baby, you gotta let me go. She said, I just can't do life anymore. And I said, what you mean? Yeah. You know me, said, man, we got all the stuff to do, like we planning.
Big plans.
I'm talking about all the exciting stuff, you know. And she's like, no, I don't think I'm gonna make it, you know, type thing. And she falls on her knees. She's begging me. She burst down into tears. She says, "Babe, we got the family we want. We got the support we want. We build, all this stuff." I still wake up every day feeling like I want to die.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you why. I don't want to live
Wow.
like that. She says, "I don't even want to live like that no more." And so I texted our aunt while this is all going on because I'm concerned. Mind you, at this time, I just had my toes cut off. So I'm not even walking at this point. I'm not even walking yet.
Damn.
And I texted, a lot of people don't even know that. A lot of people don't know it. All 10 of my toes are gone. So, and that happened in this past 2 weeks.
How are you even walking, my G?
God. But it's crazy. So she tells me all that stuff on the text. And asking, I'm like, yo, I think I need to have you come pick up Abby and take her to the hospital.
Right.
Because I don't know what it is this time, but everything about what she's saying is fine.
It just felt different.
When
you said that to me, I kind of...
This 3 weeks. This is 3 weeks prior to. Okay. And everything about this is final, and so as she comes and she picks her up and she takes her, and I'm calling my homie from Ohio, and I'm losing my mind. You know what I mean? Because every time I have to send her to an institution, I'm losing it. Like,
right.
It's just messing me up. So,
as you should.
And so I'm talking to Mike, and all of a sudden I hear the door open.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is that, Mike? You know what I mean? I'm literally in tears on the phone, and I hear the door open, and she comes in. And I'm like, what are you doing here? She said she went to the hospital. She took the evaluation here in Danville, and that they let her go. She was able to. Yeah, she was
let her
able
go.
to. Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't do shit about it. They said, "Fuck."
No. She
was able to get past the test that they gave her. Because if you fail the test, if you're too far gone, then they'll keep you. They won't let you go.
So she was able to say the right stuff.
Fuck a test. If you feel like there's something wrong with you,
that's how it works, though.
But not only that, I felt as though because they knew her prior history.
Nah, hold on, because you gotta think, Rick. If you're saying it, right, they don't know if you're trying to get her locked down. They have no idea. They're only going by what you said. So the test is designed to, if she can't keep it together for over a certain amount of time and ask a certain amount of questions, then they do like a lockdown procedure or whatever. But if she can get through that test, legally they can't do nothing.
It's like, well, she walked home from...
How far was that?
It's from like, okay, so they'll know what I mean when I say from...
I'm about to say, bro, it's like 5 miles.
Yeah. What's the new hospital?
OSF or some shit.
So OSF, all the way to the hills.
That's pretty far walk.
Couple miles?
That's a pretty far walk.
A couple miles.
It's more than a couple miles?
About 3 or 4.
That's half a Danville, bro.
Yeah.
So she walks 3 miles to get to the crib.
And
you probably low-key jumped out your seat when she
No, I did.
in.
I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, what are you even doing here? And she literally looked me in the face and she said, I came home because I didn't want to be away from you for a week.
Damn, man.
So...
That's tough, man.
I said, okay, well, you want to maybe if we just do these events and go to some of the after parties and just try to have fun, it might make us both feel better.
Try to normalize the situation.
Right. Maybe not focus so much on the noise. Right. And we went and did Eberfest. Man, we were having a good time. Like all the jazz singer who does a lot of Mahalia Jackson shows, doing Broadway, different things. We were singing background for her. And she loved Abby, like, my other homegirls that sing background loved her, like, they was vibing. Yeah. We get into the dressing room and Tammy's like, yo, that's the singer. She says, yo, I'm rocking with y'all. Like, I think we need to contract y'all to do this tour. We got Rome. And then to come do the Mahalia Jackson show in the city with us. And I'm lit because I've been to Rome, and I told Abby when I go back, I want her to go. And so here we are in the dressing room, and like that moment is like right here, And she catches me, like it's a mirror, because you're in the dressing room, they got the mirror with the lights on in the back. And I'm sitting like over here, and she's standing off behind Tammy. Tammy's talking to us, she's standing off in the corner. looking towards the mirror, and we locked eyes. Tears rolling down her face.
You know, I'm not trying to interrupt you. It's crazy the way that he describes his story, and he knows every fucking detail from the weeks past.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly sit here and tell that you love this girl more than anything, because I could tell how he just describes his story to the fucking T.
No, I can't even tell you how much. Like, and that was a woman who knew everything about me.
Yeah.
Good, the bad, the ugly, and didn't care. You know, so that's what's hard. Is because when you find people in your life that really like want to be there for you, want to walk through the low stuff, and like they don't care how ugly it looks. I want to make sure you get better. You know what I mean? That was just her. Everything about what she did. But anyway,
So in the middle of that, it's a great atmosphere. Everything is high energy. She can tell that you are in a happy state.
But she losing.
You can't even. Nobody can even tell. You just happen to look over, and it's just tears running down. Mm-hmm. How did that make you feel in that moment? Like, was it not? Because you probably was like, oh shit, but was it more like fear?
I think in the moment I just wanted to make sure she was okay.
Right.
Because shortly after, like, we locked eyes and she noticed she was crying. She just took off out the room.
Yeah, and that's what I like about you. That no matter how good the moment was for you, your main concern was, no, I'm not. Fuck all that. What's wrong with you right now?
Yeah, she was having a time. So I, of course, chased after her, and we in the hallway now, outside the dressing rooms, and we in the hallway. And she's full on crying, and I'm like, baby, what's up? She says, look me dead, and this is what's crazy because every time, and this is how I knew it, because every time she would make these statements, she looked me dead in the eye, but she'd say this stuff, and she'd be like, I know I'm not going to get to go with you when you go back to Rome. And I won't be with you when you go to Chicago, because I'm just not going to make it that long. She told me that, standing outside the dressing room. Literally told me that, right? So I'm, whole time, like, all this shit going on, and I'm feeling like I'm just trying to buy time. You know, we had a good, when I say we had a good time, we vibing, laughing, everything. So you wouldn't even think that this is still on her mind at this point.
Right.
But here we are and kicking it, cooling, and she was not well. And so, fast forward into 3 weeks post that, as we then did all the events, had a great time, kicked it. I'm directing the musical there at the middle school. And every day, so that Monday that she told her boss and her sister, I'm up at the middle school.
Right.
Tuesday, I'm up at the middle school. She wasn't feeling good. Wednesday, wasn't feeling good, didn't go to work. And Wednesday, I come home. Sorry, no, it's not Wednesday. Wednesday, she wasn't feeling good. And mind you, she was picking me up at the time.
Yeah.
Because I just started walking on the boot. Or no, I hadn't. Or had I? Yep, I started walking on the boot. I was still in the boot. She never saw me out of the boot. So I just started walking by this time. Now it's a couple weeks after the situation. And I'm limping around in my little boot or whatever, in and out the school every day with these kids and stuff.
Hold on, you had boots on both feet, right?
No, because they happened at separate times. So I had just on this one.
Wait, hold on. Like, I ain't trying to make a joke.
No, you good.
Because I'm sitting here like, fam has never been 10 toes down. I was thinking to myself, fam can never say.
I love it. No, I love it because it was getting super deep, like heavy. Like we needed a breakup.
Yeah, we need a break.
I'm like, don't ever tell me you down, my nigga. You ain't never been 10 toes down.
Grab that.
Hey, I ain't grabbing your.
No, ain't nothing even there.
No.
Right.
Okay, it's someone asked, right?
You just told me this.
Why? What was the situation with the toes? Like, was there a reason? Was it like you had some kind of some kind of thing with your body, or?
So I'm type 1 diabetic.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Because I'm sitting there thinking like, did fam have gangrene? Did he climb Mount Everest or something? Did he got frostbite? Like I'm thinking like I ain't never met a nigga who climb Mount Everest.
But I can be 2 nubs down. But I can be.
Okay. Hey, all right, man. All right.
So fast forward. Is this the day of now?
Yeah, we can. Let's jump to the day of.
Hold on. I feel like there's some juicy shit though that's still in there. That's like flags or something like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
We like I said, we had the breakdown at the Ebert Fest.
Yeah.
where she tells me that she didn't think she was gonna make it, and then Monday of that week, she made it very normal for me at the house, right? Mm-hmm. So that I would know.
That would be very alarming for me right there.
You know, so she made, but this is the thing. If that's your usual way of coinciding and acting together, you don't think nothing is wrong. You know what I mean? Because she's coming in and she's her normal self to you. Mm-hmm. In her mind, losing her, you know what I mean? Going crazy. But to you, she's, now at this point, her mind is made up. So she knows that if she
she's got that calmness. Oh, okay.
So if she knows me, she knows our relationship. So if I start to get too worried, I'm about to find out, like, what's up, what we need to do. I'm inquisitive.
That makes sense.
So she really had to put herself in a position that she could do what she felt like was best for her. And so I get up that morning, normal day. She's like, babe, I'm not feeling good. I probably won't go to work. I said, okay, cool. I go to the first portion. I'm running lines with the students or whatever. Come home about 11:30. And I cook like some cabbage, and, some black people stuff, some cabbage, some potatoes, some rice, and some polo sausage, whatever she hadn't eaten in like 2 days. So, I take the food into her, and she sits up to eat. Mind you, after I take the food, I gotta get ready to go. So I take the food and she sits up to eat. I run in the kitchen. She's on the phone with her sister. They FaceTime briefly. Like this period of time had to be like 2 minutes, I think. Yeah. And she's bragging on the phone like, yeah, my fiance made me some food and it's real good. We'll go out the bed. So she, I'm thinking.
Oh, I see. There's nowhere to pick that out.
So I take her food, more food, because I'm about to leave this time. I said, you want to eat some more? Because you're going to analyze. She said, yeah. So I went in there, brought her some food. One of the first things that she did, though, in that period of time that made me think something was kind of off was because she looked up at the calendar and was like, I think we got to take my baby to dance today. And I'm like, it's Thursday. Maya goes to dance on Monday. That's not something she would, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't.
She won't forget.
That's not she wouldn't be like, on a Thursday, we got to take Maya to dance. That's not a thing. We know, schedule like the front back of our hand. So that's not a question. Yeah. So I'm going, okay. This is where I'm knowing something going on up here. Mm-hmm. Because she like, somebody, my baby has to go to dance tonight. And I said, it's Thursday. She's, oh, okay. So I try to leave that to, or credit that to just, she wasn't feeling well, so maybe it just slipped her mind. Yeah. Sometimes after you being sick, you disoriented. If you sick
100%. Lose track.
Yeah. Well, then I sit on the bed as I give her the food, and I'm sitting there, and for some reason that situation with her mixing up the days, it was so abnormal that it sat weird with me, like enough to like
make you stay around.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there and we sit in the bed and I'm talking to her. This is before I'm about to go out the house, and I said, baby, you doing all right today? Looked me dead in the eyes and she said, yeah, babe, I'm fine. Swear to God, my name is Christian J. Michael Cunningham. I looked her back in the eye and I said, for some reason I got this feeling you're not telling me the truth. This is the day of. You're not telling me the truth. And she just stared at me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she just stared at me. She didn't really say much. And then, me being me, you don't want to conjure up issues.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then you make something happen.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to create an issue if she's telling you she's fine. So I have to sit this balance of, okay, do I push the issue or do I trust her word that she's good?
Right.
So this specific day, for whatever reason, even though I got this feeling, I decide I'm just going to take her word. She says she's good. I'll come back and check on her when I'm at rehearsal. So I leave, go to rehearsal. I'm there till probably 7:45.
So how much time had went by?
And that I left the house. It was probably like 1 o'clock.
So you was gone for 6 hours. Oh shit. Okay.
What time was it?
It's like 1 o'clock.
No. What time did you get out?
So it was like 7:45.
7:45.
Mm-hmm. So I got home at 7:45. I remember walking in the crib. I walked into our room. My baby sitting on her tablet. She got candy sitting there, sitting everywhere. Abby was laying on her stomach.
Okay.
Like she was asleep. So I went over and kissed her on her forehead.
Oh, y'all had kids?
So the story with the children is Abby had a child prior to us.
Okay.
Two children prior to us. However, when it comes to my baby, I'm the only person that's ever been in her life in that capacity. So,
Okay.
when it comes to Maddie, I still got that type of relationship with her. Her dad's just here. You know what I mean? So that's not gonna, because Abby's not here, that's not gonna change that for me. You know, these are my babies. So, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying that the whole time I never realized that there was, because normally the anchor ends up being kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if there's like emotional shit, be like, fuck, look, I gotta deal with it because I can't leave the kids behind. You know what I'm saying? So when you said that, I was like, wait, what? Like,
well, and that was another thing she had said that day. She'd come home, telling me she wanted to die. You know, she said, I'm asking her, like, what about the girl? You know, I'm going through all the things, trying to get her to think about. And she's like, babe, they'll be fine. I know, you'll make sure that they're good.
Yeah. So you went home, you kissed her on the forehead.
We went home, kissed her on the forehead. My baby's in the bed. We go in the kitchen. She's like, Dad, you know, what happened today? And I'm like, so we're talking about her day.
Did nothing seem abnormal? And
not at all. So Abby comes in from the bedroom now. She's up. She was laying down when I got in. She comes in the kitchen, real soft and, you know, kind of like you just woke up. She's like, oh, hey, babe. My baby asked me if she could stay at Grandma's house tonight. Is that cool?
on a weekday.
Uh-huh.
Is it a weekday?
On a Thursday. And which it wasn't quite abnormal for our situation. It's because Maya loves being at Grandma and Papa's house. So, you know. But anyway, so she said that, and I'm going, yeah, that's fine. Like, she don't got school tomorrow or something. It was something where I was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So she says, okay, well, I'm about to take her over there right now. But I'm not realizing in the moment nothing about
is different. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So when I'm recounting the situation now, she called Grandma, and I'm standing right there. Hey, I'm about to bring my baby over. Oh, okay. They get off the phone, and she's moving so fast. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like she didn't want me. She didn't want to slow down enough that I would pick up that something was up.
Mm-hmm.
So she was moving so fast. When I say she was putting her shoes on, it just looked like she had a mission. Like she was really. And in my mind, I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe she's just trying to hurry me get there because she's not feeling good. You know what I mean?
Hold on. So, because I'm there visually. Mm-hmm. I'm a super visual person. Mm-hmm. Like, it's almost scary. So it's actually disturbing. To be honest with you. I'm seeing her put this shit on. So you weren't going then.
No.
That's why I was the vision I had. I'm like, you're not going, and I'm feeling real uncomfortable seeing this vision right now. Mm-hmm. So, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't leaving with them. She was like, I'm gonna drop her off, and so I was about to cook again or heat up some food is what it was. Yeah. And I said, you know, you gonna eat? Like, you gonna stay and rap with Grandma? You wanna eat? You know, whatever. She says, no, I'm not gonna stay. She didn't say, no, I'm coming right back home. Okay. But in the moment, I'm not thinking. Mind you, she walk in the house, you hear them keys jiggling. As soon as the door opens, the first thing come out of her mouth, fiance, I'm home. This every day. Yeah. You know? So I'm like, or if she was leaving, she always tell me I'm leaving. She come and give me a kiss. Give me a hug type junk. So that was our regular thing. Well, we hugged this time. Didn't kiss this time. But I done been in rehearsal all day.
When you think back, was it one of those hugs like, I'm leaving hug?
I think that whole 5 to 8 minute span was I'm leaving, but I got to be disconnected enough where me hearing your voice and seeing you won't stop me from what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Because in her mind it was made up. I didn't realize. It's crazy. So anyway, speeding through, we get to her going to Grandma's crib to drop my baby off. I'm sitting at home. 20 minutes ago, mind you, Grandma and Papa live maybe 7 minutes from us.
That was my next question, was how far?
Maybe 7 minutes from us. And I'm sitting at the crib. About 20 minutes go by. I said, yeah, she got caught up talking to grandma and they rapping. So no sooner than I have that thought, grandma sent me a text. Hey, how was Abby today? Like asking about her mental. How was Abby today? She came in and just dropped my baby off and left. And I went, she ain't at your house? And she was like, nah, she left. I said, well, let me check her location. You know, maybe she went to Walmart. Sometimes she like the window shop or drive, you know, that kind of thing. Just to get her mind off of stuff. So I said, Grandma, check the location. It was telling me she was outside. And the way their house is set up, it's like the kitchen leads out into the garage. And the garage right to the driveway, you know, type situation. And I said, Grandma, I need you to go outside. And she was like, is everything okay? No, I'm starting to get sick. Because now, by this time...
They said she was outside of her house.
Of Grandma's crib.
Okay.
So by this time, my wheels are really starting to churn. Like, something ain't right. Because it's now been 30 minutes by this time when we having this conversation.
Oh, shit.
You feel what I'm saying? So by this time when we're full-fledged, I'm telling her go outside. It's been 30 minutes since she left my house. Our house. You know what I mean? So, I'm already getting nervous because I'm going... If she ain't outside, this is bad. You know what I mean? So I'm like, Grandma, go outside. So she goes outside. She says, no, Christian, she's not here. I said, Grandma, her phone is telling me she's at your house. And so as I say that, I literally, it like the light went off. Like, oh.
Like, it's a wrap. It's done.
I got a call. Yeah, so I hung right up. You asked her. As I said that, I started saying, oh my God. So I hung the phone up and I called the police. Well, when I called the police, you know, they ask you other things that they're going to ask you, but I'm telling them, I'm stressing to him, hey, this isn't a regular situation.
All right.
She's had this encounter, this, you know, I'm running them down all the reasons that I think this has gone left. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or about to go if we don't get on it. And they're like, okay, so we're sure you were going to go ahead and put out the alert tonight. Instead of waiting the 24 hours, we'll do it tonight. And we'll have officers doing extensive searches. This will do up the bam. And I'm like, okay. And so me and Lamont Davis, the barber, he came over that night. Like, after I got off the phone with the police, I called him. And he came over and was with me every second after that. Until we basically got her out the water. So, I called him over. We went searching that night for how many hours? It's raining. I get up on Friday morning, and by that time, I know, because I know her, but I'm like, this has got to be a public thing. Because Thursday night, everybody was like, well, we don't want to put this on social media yet, just in case she comes home tonight. And I'm like, okay. Well, by the time 10 o'clock that next morning came around, she wasn't home.
Right. It was like, fam, we know what's up.
I'm sounding the alarm and letting people know, like, what's up. So I end up making a post, you know, telling people, like, I'm sorry that this is the news I'm bringing you, but, like, my fiance missing. I don't know where she is, you know.
Right.
So we go through Friday, Saturday, again, assuming the police are still looking and searching and stuff, and we're all searching still, like the fam. Sunday comes, I got a whole Mother's Day concert to do. Mind you, Wednesday night, she sent me and my sister to the store to buy the ingredients for the meal she wanted, because I love to cook, so I'm always cooking. And so anyway, I don't even know what I was telling you. I do the Mother's Day concert. I get done with the concert, mind you. So I did this concert. She's missing, and I still ain't got no leads, I don't got nothing.
Right.
I go down to the police station just for the man to look me in the face and say, no, we're not actually doing extensive searches. They just send out alerts on each shift about 3 times, and if they see that license plate, then they'll pull her over.
That's it?
I said, you said what? So I'm now in the police station, in a booth, snapping off on these people. I mean, going crazy. It was me, Abby's sister, and Abby's aunt in there, and I'm losing my mind, right? So I look at the man, I told him, if you're not going to do shit about it, then I'm going to. So that's when you see that next day, or no, it was maybe that night actually, that Sunday night, I got on Facebook Live, and I'm hitting up, like, yo, a lot of people that, hey, if you follow my music, you do whoop wop bam, I need some help.
Right.
I need as many drones as I can get. I need, this, that. I need people to come help me do searches before.
Because at this point, you don't know where to look. You just like, I need everybody to look everywhere, pretty much.
So what got me was, I got an uncle, my Uncle Chris, that I always call when I gotta make like big decisions or like I need advice. And I called him. And when I called him and I'm telling him what's going on, he hadn't been on any social media, so he don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling him, and I'm panicking, right? And this is what I love about him is he said, Christian, you gotta calm down for a minute. He said, deal with the facts. What do you know? He said, think about all the information you have. What do you know? So I'm like, okay. Well, I knew that when I brought the car back to the house, it only had 50 miles worth of gas in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know she didn't have her glasses because she left them up on the futon. No, she didn't have her phone because she left it at grandma's house. I know my fiance was insanely directionally challenged. I mean, to the point where she took me to work for 2 months straight and still didn't know how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So in my mind, to me, it only makes sense that if she did go anywhere, mind you, the police told me that they caught her going over the bridge at 8:30 something that night.
Okay.
Was the last time they seen her plates. But they didn't catch her coming. And this is the stuff.
But they didn't tell you that when you went to the fucking police station?
Well, no, they told me that Thursday. They told me that Thursday night that they saw her going over there. But what never made sense to me from jump was the fact that you seen her going in, but at nowhere on any other major camera, you don't see her coming out. And you're expecting me to believe that my wife, who was direction challenged, no glasses, and no phone to know how to get around, would have driven all them back roads to get to Kickapoo or Kennecut Park. Wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking something, I know her. It wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, none of it was making sense.
Right.
So we get to Monday morning, and, people that were going to show up showed up. We had, drones and whatever. Well, by 2, 3 o'clock, I had drones in every inch of possible land that she could have been on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We had driven. I mean, the other days that we were doing searches, we were just crossing our T's and dotting our I's. Because, personally, if you ask me, by the end of Monday going into Tuesday morning, I knew she wasn't on land for sure.
Right.
But I knew Monday because there was this couple named Travis and Aaron that hit me up after they seen the live, which I didn't even know them prior to this. Hey, the Lord, not even, and this is the craziest thing, we're not spiritual people at all, but we feel like God is wanting us to, or religious people is what they use, we feel like God is wanting us to help you find your fiance. So I meet up with Travis and Aaron at like 5:36 that morning before everybody can get there. So I'm just coming up with a game plan. And the first thing Travis says to me is like, so before we get started, I hope you don't get offended by me asking you this, but I gotta ask, where do you think she's at? And I'm like, well, I want to believe I can bring her home safe. I said, well, you asked me what I really think. She's in the water. We was up, what I mean? I think she's in the water. He said, I think so too. And then at that point, I knew I had to just put my work helmet on and just go for it until we couldn't. So we started reaching out to this dive team to come here because the Danville police come Monday. I'm pretty sure the chief had no clue that Abby was missing.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't really done too much anything.
Typical cop shit.
And this dive team was on YouTube, ain't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can
they actually had the video on YouTube.
Yeah, you can go. You can see everything happen from top to bottom.
Really?
So, yeah. So on Monday, I'm cussing out the sheriffs outside of the Dollar General off 150 because it's where we had done searches. So we came out of the searches to meet up with the sheriffs because they wanted to talk, I guess. So I'm rapping with them, and I'm realizing that ain't nobody doing shit. So I'm getting mad. Like, Lamont was like, yo, you gotta calm down. Like, you don't want them to be on that. But I'm really getting heated because I'm really starting to see mugs don't. You gotta think, from Thursday to now it's Monday, I'm saying, I'm recycling the same words because.
And that shit gets mad annoying.
Yeah, it's like, dog, I'm saying the same thing. And if you ain't heard me say the same thing from the time I started talking to y'all about this situation till now, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was really starting to. So many times, like, we was on our way, like 50 miles, some random place. Halfway there, I look at Lamont and I said, Lamont, we gotta stop. My sister's in the car with me. I said, we gotta stop. This shit is stupid. This is stupid. What are we doing? You know? And he was like, okay, we turn around. So, fast forward through all of that, mind you, I was reaching out to the mayor. Nothing. Travis ain't
Really?
Yeah.
Mayor Williams ain't shit, and I'll say that to the fucking camera. You ain't shit.
Me? Listen.
You know.
Aaron and Travis are relatives of his. They were reaching out to him. There are other people reaching out to him. And I find out today there was somebody that's actually close to me that reached out to him that he picked up the phone for. And I'm going, And he tripped out when he was talking to that person, said something along the lines about how I snapped out on his secretary. Well, why wouldn't I snap on your secretary if I'm calling you every day from Friday on?
What's the mayor's name?
Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams, okay.
So I'm calling every day. Other people are calling, trying to get in touch with him. I hear nothing. So finally, this is the day we hear all the good news in the sense of like the search. So we've done the searches. We've gone Monday, we search. Tuesday, we search. Wednesday, we search. We do a prayer vigil, and then Thursday. And
then this is a full week later. Okay.
So then that next day, after the prayer vigil, I get up that morning, and mind you, every day I would pray. I'd be like, God, all right, you got to show me where we need to like start. And every single day, he kept having me at the top of the docks, and we standing right over her. Standing right over her. But that night when the police went down, and see, I'm skipping pieces, but the police did go down to the little docks. But because they didn't, quote unquote, see any tracks, they just deemed that she was not there. Right. So they then on Monday after, we talking and I go off on them, whatever, they take the boats out. But in the lake, there was the two buoys that let you know, like, ain't nothing under you no more. You in the water. They didn't go past those. They just searched right in that area. Didn't go past the buoys. And that kind of pissed me off. So Erin calls me while they're doing all this, and she's irate. She's like, yo, they saying all this crazy stuff. They asking us how I'm connected to you and being rude. They're trying to say that you had something to do with it. I hear these officers trying to say you murdered her. Like, I mean, it's crazy.
That's why, okay. Just, see, bullshit for you guys, man.
Yeah, so it was a lot going on. She was irate, and I told her at that time, I'm in game mode, so I'm not even hearing the noise, really. I'm just like, Aaron, you gotta keep your head in the game. We start getting pissed off and fighting everybody down. We ain't gonna, we won't find the answers, And so anyway, they didn't go past the little buoys. So we do the prayer vigil, all the stuff. That morning we are gonna find her. I get up and I say, God, okay, I can't do too many more days of this. Again, I'm in a boot. I'm just recovering from my own health shit. So like, it's a lot going on. My God, I can't do too many more days of this. Like, I need you to, like, make this happen for me. And that morning, Travis and Aaron hit me like, hey, we're still getting, going back and forth with the dive team, or whatever. So the dive team.
So they had never actually came through yet.
No.
Okay.
Nope. So we go the entire search, and the dive team hadn't come yet. And then the day that they were to come, I got a call. Like, we had done searches in the morning. I had lost it. It was like $1,000 drone that I got just for the purpose of trying to, you know what I mean? So I put that down and thought I lost it. But it was a couple that was like, this is what's weird. I feel like God was trying to tell me we was about to find her, was because it was a couple that was searching with us and said, hey, we're going to go back out and see if we can find your drone. Well, when they found the drone, you want to know where it was?
Next to the tracks?
Next to a body of water. So that might be insignificant to like people who are like, okay, what does that mean? Well, the whole time I'm praying and asking God to like give me some. Where is she? If every other day he's sitting at the top of the docks and then they find my drone that I thought I lost, like mind you, I wouldn't know where to buy it. Them drones go like 2 miles out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't buy this drone, so why would they have found? You know what I mean? So go up, come down, right next to a body of water. So I thought that was crazy. So I'm like, okay, I feel like he's telling me like, we gonna get some answers today. I go to lunch with Maya. I'm sitting at McDonald's and I get a call that the dive team will be here in 2 hours. And I'm like, oh shoot. So you get a lot of emotion. It's like you happy because you're like,
Get some closure.
yeah, I'm about to find some answers, but then you get scared because
You
everything
don't
that you
want it to be.
yeah,
you don't want
everything
it to
that
be
you
real.
think could be true will be confirmed. Like at the end of it, like once they were brought to my attention, you do the study up on them to see what kind of work they do. And when I say they do their shit, they do it. You know what I mean? And it's one of those. And so, man, that
Did you sit out there when they came down and jumped in, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tell you. And you can see all this. Like at this point, what I'm about to tell you, if you watch the YouTube video back, everything that I'm saying will make.
We'll have the link down below if you guys want to see it.
Mm-hmm. And there are a couple of different ones that they do.
Okay.
Yeah, that they have.
Oh, they got 2 different video clips of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, they get there and they greet us, and he says, "So Christian, I'm gonna tell you this. If you, so basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna lower the boat down into the water, and we're gonna use the sonar system to scan the water and that'll move up the band. If we see any objects, you'll see us start to circle in the area. If we believe that object is a car, we'll stick a magnet. If that is indeed a car, the magnet will stick, and if the magnet sticks, we'll set a buoy. And once we set the buoy, we'll then come up, let you guys know what we found, and then we'll dive on it. We'll get the plates, and you'll know. You know what I mean? So, I'm having to mentally prepare myself for this, really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we go and we do it, dog. And I'm sitting down. If you ever been down to the lake, it's where they load the boats in. There's some steps you can walk out onto the first dock right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Cousin Jen went out and sat on the part where the boats load, but it's like out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma and Ashley stood on the railing, looking out, and I'm sitting on the steps, further up, but like far down enough where I could see further up, and Aaron and Travis are standing behind me, right? So I'm watching them, and they come over to the one same side Danville looked at.
Except, so they looked in this fucking spot?
Mm-hmm. So they searched, same side Danville looked at, mind you, like, so imagine that these are the 2 docks. You know what they look like. And they got the little arms sticking out here, you know, all this shit. Well, this is where Danville searched. These are the 2 buoys. So the dive team comes and they search where Danville searched. Nothing. They go out. All into the water. All on that left side of the bank. All in that jam. Nothing. So I'm thinking, oh shit, they didn't find nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking maybe this is good news. I literally turned around to Aaron. I was like, maybe this is good. You know, that they don't. Well, then I forget that they said they were going to search as much of the area that they could. So I see Buddy take the boat. If this is the 2 docks, they coming from this side, and they riding over here. They get like right in the middle of the 2, and I see one of the guys with a hat on stand up and go, "It's a break in the trees. A big break in the trees." And my heart sunk.
So them niggas was lazy as fuck. The cops.
So what I'm telling you, like, whenever y'all hear me say that 2 or 3 yards.
That's on YouTube. They show the video on YouTube of the trees breaking. They're talking about it on YouTube.
So you, on this side, they drive over to the other side. They start.
Yeah, right along that little joint.
They start circling.
Mm-hmm.
They circle, dog. And I'm getting nervous now. Because before.
Everything was just like whatever.
Flowing,
so now they're starting to zoning on something.
Yeah, they get over there. It was no. Probably 30 seconds after they got over there, they circle in the area, and I'm now. It's starting to set in. So in my mind,
hold on, but this spot seems like it's just super close though.
It is. It was just on the opposite side of the dock. Just opposite side.
Not kidding.
Just straight laziness on their part.
Yeah. So they circle the boat just like he told me. They found something on the sonar. You seen them stick the magnet down. I'm checking the stuff off in my head because I've already made note in my head of what he told me to pay attention to. And they put that magnet down on that car, big dog. And they set that buoy in that water. And he came up and it was long faced. You could tell from when they was coming from the water. They come back up to the doctor where we was at to tell us, you know, like what they think they saw. So he comes up and he's like, "Hey, We did find the vehicle in the water. And from the sonar, we can tell that it's a newer car. And what they mean by that is like it ain't been in the water long. When they say newer, meaning time, not necessarily model. Because of the way that it shines and reflects on the sonar system. And so we're pretty sure it is a vehicle. We know that this car has not been in the water long at all. So what we're going to do is we are going to go suit up, and we'll dive on it, we'll get the plates, we'll bring them up, and you'll know. And so as we're walking up and they're going to suit up, I tell the main guy, the heavyset guy, I forget his name, they were sweet, man. I owe them my life for real, but I said, hey, could you take me up to where you think she'd have driven her car? Mind you, Denver said, well, no tracks. Denver put out a publication in the newspaper and on social media that the entire lake was clear prior to all this happening. And so I get to where he says he thinks she walks up. And mind you, I have a boot on. And I'm telling you that because this will put in perspective how effed up it was that I stepped onto the first thing that I do was step onto that little flat area where she'd driven her car off. And I feel under my boot her tire tracks.
Yeah, that's nasty.
So I'm like, I just start cussing.
But they just can't find this shit apparently.
I just start cutting, like I'm just, just going nuts. And I walk up to the edge, because now at this point, from where I'm standing, you can see the Bowie on top of from the ledge. And then I step to the edge, and you look down, and you can see every bit of tree broke, branches, all kinds of stuff. So I just turned around and looked at Buddy, and he said, well, we're about to go suit up. Well, Abby's brother's coming, parked up at the top, and I'm walking down from where she'd driven her car off of up to the top to tell them, because they haven't been there yet.
Right.
So I'm like, well, they did find a car. They know that it hadn't been there long. I'm just giving him the rundown and told him, and I stood there probably 30, 45 seconds before even saying nothing. Because, you having to accept the truth, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, in 20 minutes, it'll be what it is. You know what I mean? So, anyway, so I tell him, we come back down. I take him down to where she drove by. Once they say we're suiting up and go in, I asked for all the family that was there. It was just Grandma, Ashley, her brother, a couple of her brothers or something like that. And so I'm like, hey, let's just all be at the tables at the top. So nobody's down by the water when the plates come up. So we're all together. So they walk around that damn corner, dog, with them plates.
They took them off, or?
Yeah, they go down. What they do is they dive down. And you'll see, it's all in the video. They dive down, they get the plates, and then they bring them up. And so they had them covered for the most part. And that walk they took back around the where you load the boats in seemed so long. And he was walking, I mean, you can tell by their faces, it's the youngest guy, his name is Britton, I think. He's like 24, but he's so emotionally connected to the situation. He could barely keep, he walking up, and I'm looking dead in his face, and he turning red from trying to keep from losing it.
Right.
Type junk. So they come in, and we sitting at this table, and they walking up, and I told Ashley, I said, I need somebody to hold my hand. And so she grabbed my hand, and that man, I'm sorry, he flipped the plates over, bro. It's probably the worst day of my life. Because everything that I always, from the time that started, I didn't want, I worked really hard to keep her happy. And we had fun, and that's the thing, I don't want to sit here and ever make it seem like we were perfect in the sense that we didn't have any, problems or, relationships. You're growing, you're getting to know people.
Yep.
So we had the regular stuff, but, when I say that was my nigga, I could have been anything and everything. Yeah. She always supported me, always, you know what I mean? So it's I'm realizing now that I have, in my mind, failed at everything at this point. I've officially, maybe I felt like I failed before, but this was it, so I get done with that. this is what really makes me upset. And I'll share this because I feel like it's important. But 10 minutes after they reveal the plates, and I'm trying to get myself together so I can think about what's next, what's the next steps, what we need to do. The mayor pulls up.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the mayor actually pulls up. He's talking to my sister and my stepmoms and aunts and uncles that are there. And I'm at the car. Now, mind you, I was sitting in the car just losing my shit. So I see him coming. So I get up out the car so I can go address him. And when I say address, I just mean talk to him. I don't mean, at that point, I was just emotional, so I wouldn't.
You're a bigger man than me, I'll tell you that. I was push that nigga done his shit.
I'm walking over there, and as I'm walking, there's another officer walking. I don't know if it's a sheriff or whatever. Officers walking up, and as we meet, the first thing this man says out of his mouth is, "I thought we checked this body of water already." So, at that point, I see red. So I'm losing I'm going off. Mayor standing right there, officer standing right there. I'm going off. What you mean you thought you checked this body of water? Clearly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I'm hearing later, like, mugs is talking smack because they heard, like, other police officers. Not only that, but people we went to school with. We know. It's like, talking hella smack because, oh yeah, Christian was out there acting wild. Well, dog, I don't know.
You have every fucking right to.
I don't know what situation you would be in that you wouldn't lose your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me somebody that you was about to spend the rest of your life with, they didn't do their job. And they come up arrogant. You know what I mean? And that's how they address you. Like, you did something wrong to them. Like, they embarrassed because they got outdone by a Negro.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like that. You know what I mean? That's just the truth.
Yeah.
To me, I felt like had it been somebody.
If it was a white female, I guarantee that whole lake would have been searched. And that's how I feel about the situation. If it was a white female, if it was one of their wives, that fucking lake would have been searched. They
had a nigga that went missing, and they had helicopters out, all kinds of. This in Danville. I couldn't get them to believe what I was saying.
What Brisha ain't gonna fuck about Brisha either.
Mm-mm.
It's just sick.
That's crazy.
It's like, it's one of them things for me where, even when it comes to Ricky, let me be clear about this. When it comes to Mayor Ricky Williams, it's not that I have hate for the man. I don't have hate for anybody. It frustrates me that he knows me. I mean, I'm talking about volunteer for the guy. Support him when he's doing stuff for the Boys and Girls Club.
I'll say when it came to like community wise, you're well known.
I've given a lot to the community in general.
Yeah.
So for this stuff come out and for them to know, like, yo, that's Christian people. And not saying I feel like I should be looked at any more than anybody else, but I just thought maybe
the connection that y'all have, like, you'll take it more serious.
So when you see me downtown, then the other day, you know what I mean? And then you want to, after a year, and you ain't sent out no publication addressing the situation, apologizing to the family for the lack of care and attention that y'all paid to the situation. None of that. You allowed your officers to speak to our family audaciously, and the things that they said. I mean, you should think, like, dog, I would never let one of my work, especially after I just identified the woman, and this is what you coming with? Because if I was the mayor, and an officer felt that bold to stand, the people that pay all of our salaries. But not only that, somebody that's a part of your community and look at you after they know you are in the worst point of your life and still be arrogant and talk down to you like you did something wrong to them, that's sick. And to me, I wouldn't even, man, you don't need to work for us no more. Because clearly you don't care.
It sounds like the white experience.
You feel what I'm saying? You don't care nothing about.
And that's the crazy thing about it.
He's black. Bro.
He's black.
Wait a minute, what?
He's mixed. His dad's black. That's the crazy part about it. When it comes to Mayor Williams, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The man is white privileged. He doesn't give a shit about the black community. And I don't care if he sees this or not, because I really don't. Because he knows I don't give a shit about him. I only cared about his uncle Eli. God bless his soul, who passed away I think last year. One of my greatest role models I've ever known was his uncle. But other than that, Ricky Williams is a piece of shit. He does not give a shit about the black community when it comes to Danville. Because there's been times when my friend, shout out to Kobe Foreman. He's always trying to have ordeals come, like do stuff for the community. Have people come out, the young crowd come out and do like bring rappers, famous rappers to the city. Yeah, like he trying to bring like well-known rappers to the city. And like the thing will go on until we'll promote until the day of the concert.
Cancel it.
He'll shut it down because he don't want that crowd. He don't want to bring that crowd or that energy to the city. Then why let us promote that shit? And this is just ain't a 1 or 2 time thing. This is the past couple of years thing. Like ever since COVID ended, this is just who he is. He doesn't.
Is he still the mayor?
Yes.
He just voted him.
But how?
He
I was
just
just
got
about to
voted.
ask how is he still the mayor then? That's weird.
When it comes, and I don't care. I don't care if the community sees this. I don't care how they feel about me. When it comes to Mary Williams, he just doesn't give a fuck about us at the end of the day. And that's the crazy part, because he is one of us. He just doesn't give a shit.
And I would say, even if that's not, let me say it like this for all the people who want to be politically correct, which really I don't care. But even if he does care, the decisions he makes and the moves he makes, the way he does things, definitely presents the opposite.
They don't reflect that.
Yeah.
I want to. Okay, so failure. That failure part is huge. And man, that's fucked up.
I still feel like that. You know,
Don't.
There's been a day.
Christian, that is not your fault, dude. 100%. That's
definitely not your fault.
You did what you did because you loved the girl and you made sure you wanted to be there for her. You tried your best to be there. Don't ever think that that's your fault, man. Seriously.
It's like subconsciously you know it, but like the
seriously, and I'm gonna tell you, I had crazy shits happen to me. I still haven't talked about it on the pod yet. I'm gonna get to it one day, but like my boy Rick could tell me that. And it just bounced right off. He can tell you it ain't my fault. It bounced off fast as fuck.
Yeah.
Just because like my shit was bad, like really bad. And it's not good to compare, but I see that failure part, and I see what you mean by that. And I went to a lot of counseling to hell with my shit. So, have you been in counseling since then?
Yeah, I've done. Well, when I was here, I was doing counseling. I didn't really care for the lady. She was sweet.
I ain't gonna care. I don't like none of them canceling motherfuckers because they just all they do is make me live in the moment of what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, y'all gotta stop talking.
And get paid to just ask you questions. That's it.
No, but
how you feel.
No, I'm saying that shit, if you take it seriously, works. Though.
Yeah.
Like, cause trust me, I felt that way, and then this is why I'm here now because I shouldn't be here after all the shit I've seen in Iraq. But my biggest question to you, right, and this right here is the ability. This right here lets you know when you can start moving forward and be able to look back on it on a positive note. Is there anything that you look back at right now at that whole situation? Is there anything you go? Is there anything you can look at and say I would have done differently in that situation? Like, let's say we're not even talking about let's say past her. Moving on, let's say, because I mean, let's be honest, right? She probably went to a better situation. You know what I'm saying? If she was getting tormented like that, she literally, I mean, when you telling me y'all at a concert and it's the most immaculate vibes and she's literally crying right there and nobody can catch it. Like it must have been the monkey on her back in the slightest of explanations. So is there anything you look back and go, man, if I could have just did this, I could have shut this whole thing down. Like for me, my thought goes, man, this is fucked up, but I'm gonna have to send my wife to one of them homes and she gonna have to be in the pad room. You know what I'm saying? But then we ain't even in a relationship no more. You know what I'm saying? So is there anything you think back of and you go, if I could have did this, she would still be alive right now? Because I was about to say, because if you can't, you did everything you could have did, man.
I think, if y'all want to be honest, I think that's the hardest part about it.
Yeah.
Is because to know that you did everything you could do. And how it ended. And you can't change it. Like, I get up every day, and I know I can't change the situation.
Yeah,
like,
true.
It's not going to be different.
Right.
And, I guess I'm just learning, like, even more. Not that, I mean, we enjoy our time together. Anybody that spent time around us, like I just spent time with my siblings, our close friends, whatever. But anytime there was anybody around us knew our vibes and what we's about, you know. So I'm like, man, I loved her hard, loved it well. Same for me, and
you still got a piece of her. You got two pieces of her.
yeah.
Still, I'm glad to hear that you saying you did pretty much everything you could have did.
No, that's not an exaggeration either. Like, moms don't even know. Like, y'all think that y'all just woke up one day and saw the story and was like, people don't even know.
The half of it, boy.
You know, like it's one of those things.
And is this the first time you actually sat down and actually told your whole side of this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been how long now?
A year. Friday was.
So this was a year ago. This happened.
Yeah, Friday was the year anniversary of her. Well, what we as a family are considering the day she passed, because that was the day she passed. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting because post the situation, like during it, I'm planning all the searches, all of the this, that, the service, the vigil, you know, and then post it. I don't want to feel it. I don't have to face it. So I'm working. You know what I mean? So all I do is just go to work.
Right.
Go to work. And so like moms don't even realize my grieving process really ain't even started but a couple months ago.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? You know, so
it won't start till 6 months later.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't even think my shit started till damn near 2 years after. Actually, I had three deployments on right. My shit didn't start till 3-4 years later. Understand what I'm saying? I was doing drugs every day, drinking every day, and I was blacking out every day for years, and didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't even trying to address it. I'm like, I'm good.
See, and that's how it was for me when my grandma passed away 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard for me. I obviously cried at the funeral and all that, but I don't think I actually accepted that she was gone until 6 years later when my son was born.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me, damn, I have a son now, and this was supposed to be your great grandkid, and you're not here to meet him. I have a picture that sits on my wall that you've seen it. It's a picture of my grandma and my two kids, and it hits me like, damn, you're not here to see him. So it took me years to accept that my grandma was gone. So I can see where you're coming from on that one.
You know my situation, folks.
Yeah.
You know my situation.
Mm-hmm. I think it's, and I don't know about y'all, but I know when I came up, it wasn't cool to be sad about shit. It was lame. You know what I'm saying? Or to dwell on stuff. And I feel like, you know, us as brothers, if you got your boy, you know what I'm saying? And this may not be just random dude, but if you got your real homeboy, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, to me, those are qualifiers of, are you my real homeboy or not? If I'm going through some shit, do you got my back? Or, you know, fam, you see me over crying, man, you know what I'm saying? Will you come talk to your boy, etc. I feel like you gotta have real friends around you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes shit just happen that can't nobody fix, don't nobody really got words for. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like real friends can help you through some shit, no matter what it is. Because my real friend just happened to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? So when you talked about how your fiance was, that is her right there for me. 100%. I don't care about anybody else on this earth. I don't care about my family, and I do love my family. I'm saying, but you know, if I had to choose, fam, it's me and her, and we can leave the States, fam, and just disappear somewhere.
And I actually got two stories behind that. I'm not gonna get too detailed into it, but when the situation we talked about when I got cheated on and I had to find out the way I did, it was the first person I called. That man right there. First one I called, bawling my eyes out. Because he knew how close me and Buddy were. Keyshawn knew, damn, dude, that hurts. I could tell that
in
one
that
hits you.
situation.
Never mind. I had a weird question. This was don't.
But
Ignore me.
last year when me and you started linking up and me and you started chatting it up, and there was met a girl on social media and we started dating and all that, and then fell in love, got serious, going back and forth, going up to here, and all of a sudden December comes and we're not that close anymore. Like, we're falling off.
I remember a post about you bringing up this chick's name, and then
I left her name out of it.
Okay.
I respect her. I'm gonna keep her name out of it. But she came to see me on my birthday last November, and met my kids. Happiest day of my life, because that was the first person I ever introduced to my kids, because I felt that serious about her. And then December comes around and I'm just sitting there, just everything. No, something's not right. And then all of a sudden, she's not talking to me for a few days. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you good? Like, you straight? She said, yeah. And ghosted me for a few days. This after she met my kids. All of a sudden, she gets hold of me one day, and she's like, I gotta talk to you about something. And I was like, well, what's going on? She's like, I don't think I can be with you anymore. And I said, okay, I understand the situation. But that's not what got me. What got me was, and then she hits me with I'm pregnant. I said, oh. I was like, well, what do you want to do about the situation? She texted me, she said, I already handled it. I had an abortion 3 days ago. And I was like, damn. It's not the fact like it hurt me, like when that she did it. It's more the fact like, if you made me fall for you like that fucking deep, like you made, like he knows. He was in the whole relationship the whole time, because he met her the very first day I met her. He was right there by my side. I thought we were better than that.
Let me ask you this though, because you know how I do. You know how I do the heckling in the hide joint. Always switch sides. Did you put yourself out there to where you even would look dumb, to where it was clear that you was riding with her, or did you just expect her to just know it?
There's your answer right there. Locked in with her.
No, I'm asking. I'm just asking, like, because I'm telling you, locked in don't mean you look dumb.
She dropped everything for that boy.
No, I'm talking about you.
I dropped everything. I'm looking in your face. I'm telling you, I dropped everything for that girl. When I say that I was riding for her, I was riding for her. Gave up my family for that girl.
Did she know that?
Yes.
Did she explain why she didn't keep you in the loop about?
She did. I don't want to get too personal, because at the end of the day, if I get into that, that's kind of personal on her side.
Okay.
Like, so I'm not gonna talk about that now. At least not on camera.
But did it make sense when she said it?
More so, no. Because if that was a situation of that's what you were worried about, you could have told me this when I met you in Indianapolis back in last February. We could have handled that situation differently, besides waited almost a year down the road. Like you could have told me what it was at the beginning, and we could have been like, all right, cool, we ain't got stress about that.
All right. Well, we don't have to talk about that, because if we can't get into detail, I'm a detail type nigga. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We can't get super deep details, then
it's because
she let it go.
Dance around it. Tiptoe around.
She's still legally married. That was a lie.
Then that would make sense. But did you not know that?
I did.
Okay.
I did. But also, Keyshawn knows, he also knows the stuff that was getting put in my ear and put in my head too, like a future, like all this, all that, like Joe. When I'm serious.
Oh, so she ran game on you?
No, they was actually.
It wasn't even. I don't think it was game. I think it was more the fact that
they was legit.
You was legit in love with me, but then the moment it got serious, like something serious happened, like you getting pregnant. Damn, this ain't what I want.
Yeah, that's what called running game is, my G. Like, I'm cool with this shit, and fam, we do it all the time. We cool to smash, we cool to do everything, but then if our girl find out, nigga, hey, I don't know you. I don't know who this chick is. Yeah. I don't know why she texted me. Babe, I don't know who this random chick is. She been calling me all week.
But me and her, he knows too. Me and her, we fell out for a while, and then we ended up linking back up. We talked it out. We talked about everything. And to this day, we are cool now. Like, but I think for more is the fact, like, his love is probably still there, but I think on my end, the respect's not there no more. More the fact, because like, I feel like if we're both grown adults, something like that situation could have been. If you get what I'm saying, like I feel like that situation could have been said to me. Like, we could have handled that as adults instead of just keeping it from me and going about the business with it.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, still got number love for her, and she knows that. Like me and her will still chat up every now and then. We're cool, but like, at the end of the day, she's got her life and I got mine at this point now. Mm-hmm. But we're still cool to this day. That's still my homie.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as y'all got to understand it. That's all.
Oh, yeah, that's my homie at the end of the day. If she sees this, she's probably going to get pissed. She's probably going to text me. She's probably going to be like, you piece of shit.
Well, don't nobody know who you're talking about. So
put my business out of the air. No one knows who I'm talking about. She's like, I know you're talking about me, you motherfucker. Start cussing and
see, now you just let some shit slip.
No.
Cool. I'm just saying, I never would have caught on. You said she's Spanish. Now she gonna be like, oh, you talking about? But I mean,
that's so many.
Look, man, I want to say that I definitely commend you for hopping on the pod and letting that out, because I'm gonna tell you, it took me way longer, fam, to even. This shit wasn't happening with me. Like, the only way you could get me to talk and be normal was when I was drunk. And I mean, fam, it's crazy that I'm even telling y'all this. Mm-hmm. I had a window of time where I was normal. Guess when that time was? You'll never guess.
When you met her?
No.
Damn, I was a good guess, though.
She was the beacon of light that I started going, fam, I wanna change.
Yeah. Was it like when you started doing your social media?
Nah, the only time I was normal was when I was so drunk that there was maybe a 4:30 to 45-minute window from me being so drunk to where I was about to black out and before I blacked out. Mm-hmm. That was the time frame I was normal. So if you met me then, you'll be like, damn, this nigga cool. Mm-hmm. Before that, I was blistering drunk. About 30, 45, maybe an hour to hour, 35 minutes to an hour. And this was like at 12 or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night. Before that, that's when I was normal. I would drink every day just to feel that hour.
Yeah.
I had a lean addiction.
You know what I mean? Like crazy shit. So it took me, fam, my last deployment was 2009. I didn't get out the military till 2015. Yeah. I didn't even start going to counseling till like 2013, 14, right before I got the military. Mm-hmm. So it was years before, you know what I'm saying? So like for you to come through in the year, now of course I'm not saying you're gonna be over it, but for you to get to this step, fam, you definitely on your way. And I do want to say I appreciate you stopping by on the podcast.
I do have one question. So there's one because there's people that have dealt with a loved one taking their life like they've asked the questions and there's been answers good and bad. Is there part of you ever since everything happened I won't say mad. Oh. Like, have you ever felt like disappointed like in her decision? Or like mad at her because of her decision?
Yeah, I think that anybody who has experienced it and says that they wouldn't be is lying. If you're gonna be honest,
of course,
it's a straight up lie. Like for you to, especially like anybody that you're doing life with, anybody, it's whether you that's your homie, your girl, like whatever. If they up and decide to snatch that from you, you're gonna feel some type of way about that. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's part of me that
y'all agreed to become one entity or one thing. So hell yeah.
I've heard answers where people say, "No, they're not mad." Like they say, "I can't be mad at that person." I've heard people say, "Fuck yeah!" Like I'm pissed off at them.
I think I can say that when the anger comes from the disappointment that we didn't see it through. Yeah. I think that on the flip side of that, I'm also not mad because I know that there are some things that are worse than death. Yeah. And I think that, and some people might not get that, but when you had to, trying to get emotional, when you walk with the person.
I saw that. When you said worse than them, that's what I saw. When you told me that she was saying, I'm just done, I could picture her face. I mean, to me, I felt like there was like the devil was on her back while she was talking to you. Yeah, like if y'all ever saw that movie, Shutter, you know what I'm talking about with the on the back. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that shit. Yeah. That's what I pictured. When he was telling me that, I'm like, there's something literally attached to this girl.
Because I feel like, you got your closure. And when he handed you the license plates, it broke you down. But I feel like, me personally, if that was me in the situation, having her look me in the face and tell me what she's said to you would break me more than anything. Would break me more than anything. Having her.
Yeah, I would definitely be broke. I would definitely.
Yeah, because people don't. That's the part people don't really see.
Yeah.
It's always like the whatever you think it's supposed to be like. Whatever you think being in a relationship or watching a relationship with somebody with mental issues is like, and even me, like having my own, so it's like you deal with those things and you walk through those days, but that's a choice.
Yeah.
You get up every day and you make a choice to walk through those hard times, just like she made a choice to walk with me through my hard time when I was sick, when I'm getting my toes cut off, when when stuff is happening. Like she could have. I don't know how many people now would be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to be with somebody that ain't got no toes, or whatever the situation is. For some people, that's a deal breaker.
She gonna be like, you ain't gonna never be 10 toes down. Like, whenever some shit happens, she gonna be like, how can I depend on him when he can't hold me down and anchor me to the ground?
See, but I can anchor you. It's just gonna be with the nub.
Yeah,
with the nub. I can anchor you with the nub.
But I'm glad you came on here and talked about it, because at the end of the day, mental health is a serious fucking issue.
Yes.
And honestly, you'd be surprised. I'm not trying to go on sides, but females have no problem expressing that when they're going through mental health. The problem in society today is that the men have a problem discussing that they have mental health. The
reason why is, I was about to go in. Let me stop.
Can I share a story that a few people don't know?
Yeah, I don't know if we got time though, but yeah, because I'm trying to think where can it. Hopefully, it could pick you up though. Go ahead. You gotta say it a little bit louder though.
All right, so a few people only know this. Christian knows. I don't think you know, but it's like my growing up. All right, so I lost a lot of people to me because of suicidal, favorite cousin, OD, off pills. Cousin just got the phone with him, shot himself. I was with my best friend when he died. Christian, I fell in a bad depression. I was addicted to lean. I had multiple seizures. I tried to kill myself, bro, because I didn't want to deal with that pressure. Because I'm losing people I'm close to, and imagine being with your best friend the day you died, because stupid shit.
Yeah,
I got shot in the leg for this shit. I got the scar, bro. Dead ass.
Yeah,
I had a real life addiction, from smoking to shit. Try to pop pills. Lean was my only. I want to go to sleep
because you wanted to get away from it, right? I don't know why.
Peace.
And that's PTSD. What you got is PTSD,
plus,
and that's what they told me.
And plus, being on top of the military, my body killed itself in basic, bro.
Yeah,
man.
That's what they told me. They was like, it's like, fam, you got PTSD, you don't even realize it. And I'm like, what? I'm straight. I'm normal. No, what you're doing is not normal. You know what I'm saying? And
that's crazy.
When I even think about your shit, I could sit here and lie to you and say, oh, I would have just had her committed, but I don't want to lose the person that makes me happy, because she gone forever. So if anything, you might have made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the alternative? You see her once every 3 years, something like that, and she's locked up in the joint, and then you see her in a veggie state. You know what I'm saying? That probably might hurt more. But that's what I do want to say before we close this down, right? If anybody is watching this podcast and you heard my man just now, you know what I'm saying, you heard of all of our stories, if something resonates with you, or there's something similar, right, that you're hearing in this of a person that you know, go and reach out to somebody. Don't let it be where this situation happens and you go, damn, I saw these signs. Let me do something about it. Let me reach out, right? Because that's what happens, right? We normally go through life and we go, yo, you know what? Everything's good now, right? You heard him say the same thing. I've been through the same shit. Oh, everything's good now. And then boom, something happens and we're not good. So reach out to your, whatever chain it is, call somebody. Just get some help somewhere to where you're not the only one that's doing that fight.
Yeah.
Plenty of channels. Since this is on the podcast, is probably probably hard to do that. But yeah, what I might do is find a hotline that somebody can call somebody in the comments below. But we do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Make sure that you are liking, sharing, commenting below if you got value from this. Turn those notifications. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, right? If you guys have anything that's similar to his story or anybody else's story that you heard, man.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
And we appreciate y'all, man. Take it easy.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
That was good, fam. I ain't even gonna cap. That was